Welcome to Humanities 120, Intro to the Humanities. This short presentation is by Stacy Taylor, and it is entitled, What are the Humanities and Why Should We Study Them? The basic premise of this course and of the book that we're using is that the knowledge of Western cultural heritage is necessary for those who want to become educated human beings in charge of their own destinies. In fact, people and cultures from the earliest times have explained the relationship of themselves to the world around them through the arts. From our prehistoric ancestors to ancient tribal societies, humankind focused on their understanding of the world and nature before they had scientific knowledge. Storytelling explained things like creation, and dance was often ceremonial, celebrating marriage, birth, and the transition from childhood to adulthood. Musical instruments were fashioned from wood, animal skin, and gold, while images of animals, people, and daily life were painted on cave walls. Societies developed from group dwellers to tribe villages and created organized religious, political, and social structures that would become what we call civilization. And it's through the arts that they left behind that we can understand much of their lives. For this class, the definition that we will be using for humanities is the one that comes from the Latin humanitas, meaning those powers or capacities regarded as common to or characteristic of human beings and the cultivation of these aspects of human nature. Specifically, humanities are the studies of human attempts to understand our relationship to ourselves and others, to our future, to nature, and to the gods. For purposes of this presentation, I've included some other definitions of the humanities. This one is from Amy Lord, a Pulitzer Prize-winning novelist, and she writes, when we reflect on the changes in our lives, when we recognize some of the things we love about the world, and when we resist loss and death with all of our strength, we are participating in the humanities. All adults think and choose. All adults reflect and wonder. The humanities address our deepest concerns. Another definition of humanities from the report of the Commission on the Humanities says, through the humanities, we reflect on the fundamental question, what does it mean to be human? Humanities offer us clues, but never a complete answer. They reveal how people have tried to make moral, spiritual, and intellectual sense of a world in which irrationality, despair, loneliness, and death are as conspicuous as birth, friendship, hope, and reason. Willard Butcher writes, where does one acquire wisdom? Courses in wisdom are not listed in college catalogs, but there are courses that can nurture the development of wisdom. You can find them listed under the title of Humanity. Einstein says, it's not enough to teach man a specialty, though through it he may become a kind of useful machine, but not a harmoniously developed personality. It is essential that the student acquire an understanding of and a lively feeling for values. He must learn to understand the motives of human beings, their illusions, and their sufferings in order to acquire a relationship to individual fellow men and the community. He must acquire a vivid sense of the beautiful and of the morally good. Otherwise he, with the specialized knowledge, more closely resembles a well-trained dog. Premature specialization on the ground of immediate usefulness kills the spirit on which all cultural life depends. Specialized knowledge. So this course, Intro to the Humanities, then, surveys Western thought, literature, and art from antiquity to the present, focusing on philosophy, religion, paint, sculpture, architecture, music, theater, dance, printed images, literature, and film. These humanities are the core of the dominant ideas of Western tradition, and they characterize Western thought and the cultural concerns known as the humanities. Specifically, the time periods that we will look at to study these disciplines will include Unit 1, the ancient world, the classical period in the Roman Empire, Unit 2, the Middle Ages, Unit 3, the Renaissance, Unit 4, 1600 to 1830, or Baroque in the Eastern, and Unit 5, 1830 to 1945, or the rise of the middle class and modernism. There are additional timelines in your textbook in the introduction, looking at page 19 and 20 in the Roman numerals. Specifically, there are some timelines and what styles are associated with each of those time periods. Our goals are for you to learn through this course and to be able to do the following: to demonstrate an understanding of Western humanities through its disciplines and philosophies, to see arts and humanities within a historical framework, to identify and use key terms and concepts in the humanities disciplines, and to identify and use aesthetic principles of the arts and humanities. And lastly, to identify interrelationships among the arts and philosophies. So that's what we will be studying this semester. I look forward to working with you. Thank you.